And a good afternoon to you, or morning, or whatever time it may be where you are. I'm Dr. Steve. Full name, Dr. Steve G. Jones, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. That means I help people discover the power they have inside their subconscious mind. I help them unlock that power to help them do things such as gain motivation, gain confidence, overcome fear of flying, stop smoking, lose weight, whatever they want to work on. That's what I'm about. And I use hypnotherapy to do that. So if you're a person who's interested in changing your life, changing the way you think, if you're interested in learning hypnotherapy, I'm here to provide answers for you. So anything about hypnosis, hypnotherapy, hypnotherapy training, I want to answer those questions. So I'm here for approximately a half an hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, doing just that, providing this free public service where you can get your hypnosis questions answered. Let's go ahead and check in, see who we have. Tara has joined. Hello. Tiffany says, "You are awesome, Steve." Well, thank you, Tiffany. You're awesome, too. Thank you for being here. Roselli says, "Hello, Dr. Steve. How are you?" Doing great, Roselli. Thank you very much. Jahira has joined. Tashmir says, "Hello, Dr. Steve." Hello. I'm sorry, Tashima. Hello to you. Brenda, hello. Iva, hello to you. Seeing people coming in. Melinda has joined. Hello to you. And today I'm just here as your resource to answer your questions. Andrea says, "Happy Wednesday." Same to you. Chantel says, "Hello, Steve." Yes, I am interested. All right. Georgina says, "Nice to have you here." Well, you too. Nice to have all of you here. Yoke says, "Hello, how are you?" Doing great. Mila says, "Hi, Dr. Steve. Good day." Christian says, "Long time no see." Well, good to have you back here. Francisca says, "Hello, Dr. Steve. I'm happy to see you again." And I am happy to see all of you. If you're just joining, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to it. I believe that button's probably up there. And share the video. We want you to share these videos because we want to get the word out there about this resource that you have available 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the resource is me, Dr. Steve, here to answer your questions about hypnosis, to clear things up, to make things not as confusing. So anything you want to know, that's fair game. Melinda, hello to you. Jahira, hello to you. Nice to see you. Francisca, hello. Lucine, hello. Andrea, hello from Australia. Well, hello to you from America. Kathy, great to see you, Dr. Steve. Hello from Vero Beach, Florida. Been there. Great to see you, Kathy. Gabby says, "Good night from Mexico." Been there. Good night to you. Kevin says, "How many products do you have to assist in deep sleep?" Well, I have, to answer your question, I have about 20 different hypnosis recordings to help with that. But I recommend the platinum level hypnosis recording, my platinum level recording for helping you get to sleep. It's an hour long, and it's going to help you get there. You know, the interesting thing is that when people listen to my hypnosis recordings, and hypnosis recordings in general, they tend to go to sleep anyway, which is fine because the stages of sleep are no different from the stages of hypnosis. So that's fine. So I almost suggest getting something else as the title of the hypnosis recording that you want to work on, with the understanding that sleep will happen anyway, because that's just a natural byproduct of listening to hypnosis recordings at night when you go to bed. But to hit the nail directly on the head, go ahead and get a recording for sleep, and I think you will find yourself sleeping peacefully. And you always, when you're having any kind of challenges that might be medically related, you want to talk to your primary care physician first. So that's something you'll want to talk with your medical doctor about, Kevin, your primary care physician, and just see what they have to say, and then mention that you're interested in using hypnosis. I'm sure they'll be fine with it, but just to get their blessing and to make sure that there is nothing else they want to rule out that may be causing you to not get proper sleep. Lucia, hello to you. Elizabeth says, "Hi, Dr. Steve. Good morning. Happy to see you. God bless." Well, same to you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Roselli says, "Dr. Steve, good night." Well, good night to you. Pam says, "Good early morning from UK, Dr. Steve. We'll listen later. Have a great live broadcast." All right. Lori says, we will raise We will raise to the top with a new mindset. Thank you, Dr. Steve. Excellent. And Dinak Khalid says, hello, Steve. Hello to you. Ida says, how are you tonight? Doing great. Thank you, Ida. Roselli says, hi. Says, Dr. Steve, thank you. You're welcome. Wendy says, I love your recordings. They work 100%. Well, thank you, Wendy. Referring to my hypnosis recordings. And I have them on about 235 different topics. So we've covered a lot of ground. Weight loss, stopping smoking, overcome fear of flying, stop nail biting. We have one for stopping bedwetting. We have a lot of hypnosis recordings that I've produced with my voice with the intention of helping people. These aren't just topics that we came up with. These were topics that people asked about. They wrote in by email and said, do you have a topic on blank? And a lot of those we didn't have. So for a couple years, I dedicated my life to just creating all of those titles. And so now we have them. We have that resource available, that library of help that I'm happy to extend to the world. All right, let's see. Gregory says hello. Hello to you, Gregory. And I'll be on, Gregory will be interviewing me sometime soon. I saw that on my personal Facebook page. He tagged me in that, so I will look forward to being interviewed by Gregory Dwyer. Tati says hello from Orlando. Hello to you, Tati. Been to Orlando. Used to go there a lot as a kid growing up in Florida. Christian says, update, got 3 more chemo sessions, then no more, thank God. I'm so happy that it will be all behind me and I can marry the man of my dreams. All right, Christian, for those of you who have been following, Christian has been undergoing chemotherapy and has been regularly checking in with us, sometimes in pain and not feeling so well, but we're always, as a community, we're always glad to pull together and show our support and our love. So Christian, it's good to see that things are taking a turn for the better for you. So thank you for that update. So Bit says, hello Steve, in relation to using your hypnosis recordings for wealth and abundance, do we need to do anything else besides listen to them for 21 days in a row? Is that enough to make a remarkable change? Okay, this is a great question. So we have a question here from Soapit, and the question is, in relation to using your hypnosis recordings for wealth and abundance, do we need to do anything else besides listening to them for 21 days in a row? Is that enough to make remarkable change? Okay, so realize that anytime you're listening to a recording, a hypnosis recording, to increase your wealth and your abundance, abundance being slightly broader than wealth. You can have abundance of friends, an abundance of fun, an abundance of good times and memories and money and other material items. You can add cars and so forth, but abundance is more wide-reaching than wealth. So when we work on these things, when we work on increasing and broadening our horizons and reaching out and expanding what we're comfortable with, these things sometimes take time. So when you're using a hypnosis recording, specifically my unlimited wealth hypnosis recording, you want to realize that you're listening to it every night for 21 nights. If you miss a few nights here and there, that's fine. And if you fall asleep while listening to it, that's not only fine, that's good, because your critical mind is checked out, and so your subconscious mind is going to receive the message more clearly without you scrutinizing it, thinking, well, I don't know if I can be wealthy or abundant. So all that critical stuff gets bypassed. So after you've listened to it for 21 nights in a row, realize that the intention of the hypnosis recording is not to cause you to suddenly be wealthy at the end of 21 days and to suddenly have $10 million in the bank or what have you. What it is designed to do is to program you with the ideas that are going to contribute to your success and with the determination to follow through on them. So, for example, if you've been working in a job that you don't like, that's not paying you much, or if you've been thinking about a bigger career but you've been afraid to do it, or if you've been getting all these offers and these opportunities that you've been passing on because you don't have the confidence to take advantage of those opportunities, those are the types of things that are going to change for you. You're going to have the will to move up the ladder if you're in a corporate setting, or if there's a job that would be better suited for you, or pay more money, or provide whatever it is that you want. You're going to have the courage to take advantage of those opportunities when you have the uncle who's a record producer and you happen to be an aspiring musician, for example. You're going to have the courage to approach that person and say, hey, how about giving me a shot, or at least giving me some pointers? So what I'm talking about is those types of things that are regularly occurring in your everyday life that because you don't feel worthy of them, you're not following through. You're dropping the ball. And we don't want you to drop the ball anymore. So the idea behind my Unlimited Wealth Hypnosis recording is to get you to carry the ball all the way to the end zone, to make that touchdown, to score, to really become who you are, to fulfill your true potential. So we're not talking about that happening at the end of 21 days. What we are talking about is you having the skills and the willpower to do it, and then you have to do it. You have to go for it. You have to start taking advantage of those opportunities. You have to start exercising that wealth muscle. You have to start getting in there. You have to start jumping in there. You have to put yourself in situations that are going to have a higher probability of you meeting successful people. People who are successful within your realm that are going to lead to your success. See, if you continue doing things the way you've been doing them, and all you've done is listen to a recording, then you haven't really changed anything. So you have to do your homework as well. Listening to the recording is great, and allowing it to give you those ideas is great. But when you get those urges like, oh, I used to hold back, but I feel like I should go for it now, go for it. That's your job, to go for it, to take advantage of those opportunities. That's how you move up. So there's the answer to your question, Sobit, and thank you for asking it. If you're just joining us, go ahead and like this video, go ahead and share it. I think those buttons are down here. Go ahead and subscribe. I want you to know when I'm going to be on next, because although I'm on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with occasional bonus videos that I do, like I did this past Saturday, but you don't know when I'm going to be on, because I don't know when I'm going to be on, because it depends on my schedule. So I'm on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but when you subscribe, you get notified, so you'll know when I'm on and you won't miss a minute of it. Tamara says, hello, Dr. Steve. Well, hello to you. Ali says, hello, hello. Well, hello, hello to you. Roger says, can I keep listening to your hypnosis audio even though I'm free from the problem I used to have? Okay, here's a great question. I'm going to rephrase problem into challenge. But Roger wants to know, can I keep listening to your hypnosis audio even though I'm free from the challenge that I used to have? So Roger has listened to a hypnosis audio that I have created, and he has found resolution to the challenge that he wanted to work on. He has conquered it. He has overcome it. We don't know what it is, but he has moved on from it. And so he's asking, can I keep listening to the audio even though I have overcome it? Well, my advice, Roger, is to not use the recording anymore. And here's why. I don't want people to become dependent on the recordings. I don't want you to feel that your success is only because you're listening to that hypnosis recording every night. I want you to put down the crutches, as it were, that got you this far, that helped you get on your feet and start moving forward. And when you do that, when you get rid of those crutches, I remember when I was 6 years old and I had foot surgery on my Achilles tendon when I was 6 years old, and I was on crutches. And at a certain point, it was time for me to get rid of those crutches and walk on my own. And of course, I worked with a physical therapist so that I could rebuild my ability to walk properly and so forth. But it was that initial step of getting rid of the crutches. So that's what I want you to do, Roger. If you've already listened to the recording for 21 nights and already overcome what you wanted to work on, stop using the recording. But here's what I would like you to do. Keep it handy in case you need it for what I call a booster shot. So, for example, let's say it was motivation, and now you feel motivated. And so, going along in life, everything's fine. You've stopped listening to the recording. You've thrown the crutches out, or at least put them to the side, or put them in the closet for now, but you still have them handy in case you need them. And so what I'd like you to do is, if you feel a slump in your motivation, I'm just saying it's motivation, I don't know what it is, but if you feel a slump in whatever you're working on, you feel yourself regressing back to the way you were, go ahead and listen to the recording again for 3 nights in a row, and then cut it off again. And sometimes people need a little tune-up. Tony Robbins talks about this. He talks about people being similar to pianos. We can get out of tune, and when we get out of tune, we need to be tuned up, and then you play the piano and it goes out of tune again. So that can happen, especially if it's something you've done for a long time, and your habit was to do that thing and now you've stopped it. It can happen. So keep the recording handy, but don't use it unless you feel that you need to. And if you feel that you need to, then we're talking just 3 nights in a row. Thank you very much for that question, Roger. And that really helps draw the distinction between hypnosis, which when it does work, it works fairly quickly, and mainstream longer talk therapy, which I don't have a challenge with. I do not have a challenge with mainstream longer talk therapy for years and years. Some people benefit from that tremendously. But when we talk about hypnotherapy, it's either going to work quickly or it's not going to work. And so when it works, we don't want to kind of undo that by making it a crutch for us. We want to get back to our lives and get back to living and realize that we were really the ones who did it. Yeah, sure, we had Dr. Steve G. Jones talking in our ear every night, telling us powerful things, but really the change came from us. And that's the gift that I really want you to have, Roger. I want you to realize how powerful you are. So thank you for that question. Let's go ahead and move on. If you're just joining us, I've got about 15 minutes left. Going to be here about a half an hour total, so about 15 minutes left. If you haven't already done so, if you like what you're hearing and what you're seeing, go ahead and like the video. I think the button's down here. Share the video, subscribe so you'll know when I'm on next. And thank you for all the thumbs up and hearts that I'm seeing. I appreciate the love coming from the group. Neelan says, hello, Dr. Steve. Good day to you. Well, hello, Neelan. Good day to you, too. Namita says, hello, good morning from Thailand. Thank you so much and have a nice day, dear Steve. God bless you. Well, thank you very much, Namita. That's very sweet. James has joined. Hello, James. Karen says, hi, Dr. Steve. Always a pleasure seeing you on here. Well, you too. Jennifer has joined, Jennifer being the wife of my friend Jason, and Jennifer's a friend as well. But Jason and I recorded some, Jason Newcomb and I recorded some interviews not too long ago, which are available on YouTube now, so you may want to check that out. That's Jason it's spelled like Newcomb. That's what he tells everyone. New, N-E-W-C-O-M-B. So Jason Newcomb and Steve G. Jones, you can hear the interviews, a lot of good stuff in there. And so thank you, Jennifer, who is Jason's wife, for being here. Jason's an old friend of mine. I've known him for, I guess, about 16 years now. Chantel says, ciao. All right. Thanks for being here, Chantal. Valerie says, hello, Dr. Jones, and hello to the wonderful and positive people watching broadcast. Hello, everyone. Karen says, we all know what happened in Vegas. Jahira, don't need to rub it in. Okay. I'm not aware of what happened, and I haven't seen mention of that, but all right. Good to have you here, Karen. Kathy says, Dr. Steve, lost 6 more pounds from your Spotify weight loss. Outstanding, Kathy, outstanding. I myself have lost 30 pounds using my weight loss recording and a dietitian and a personal trainer who I worked out with today, because I work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And 1 day a week, my personal trainer joins me and makes things more difficult, but that's okay. That's part of it. So, Kathy, that is outstanding. Of course, you'll want to make sure that you're working with a medical doctor and possibly a dietitian also, Kathy, to make sure that you're losing weight appropriately. But I'm honored that you're using my weight loss recording. Thank you for reporting in on your progress. Tracy says, good evening, Steve. Good evening to you, Tracy. Rania says, hello from Egypt. All right, hello to you. Georgina says, I really need your help, but I am not ready to open my mind here. I am Viking woman. Okay, well, when you're ready to open your mind here, you let us know, Georgina. We can even help Viking women. Christian says, thank to you and everybody for the support and kindness. Through this rough time, in my life. I love you all. Thanks again. All right, Christian. And again, Christian, the one undergoing chemotherapy and apparently getting better by the day. So that is outstanding. Jahira says, thanks to your SGJ Delta Tones track MP3, I'm sleeping as a baby. Thanks to Richard Nongard. All right, so apparently Richard Nongard has shared with you my Delta tracks recording, and that is excellent. I saw Dr. Nongard not too long ago, and really good guy. So thanks for sharing that, Jahira. Andrea says, this is a bit off the hypnosis topic, but I got a Facebook email from someone claiming to be you a few days ago. I deleted it because I was sure it wasn't you, but I noticed other women received messages from him as well. I just want women who follow you on to be safe. Yes, that happens every day. We hear nowadays about probably 5 new fake Facebook accounts every day that are created, Andrea, and I don't know why someone would create a Facebook account with my face and a different name and then go after my friends and try to be friends with them. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't understand the logic, but I do know that usually they are criminals. I'm not just saying that because they're stealing my pictures. I'm saying that because oftentimes what I hear is they try to get money out of people, usually from women. So if anyone asks you for money online, don't do it. The only time I'll ever ask you for money is when I'm offering you something in return. I'm offering you a download, and it's through a legitimate server that you're going through, not something where you're going to send money in the mail to a foreign country or something like that. And unfortunately, Andrea, that's what's happening with a lot of these women. They're romance scams, and my pictures, I guess because I put so many pictures out there, my pictures are being used prominently in this industry, and it's remarkably disturbing, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Facebook is getting a lot better about it because I guess they're using their facial recognition software. So several times a day I would get an automated email from Facebook saying, hey, here's a profile we think is fake. What do you think? And I get to say yes or no, and usually it's yes because they've used one of my pictures. And so the technology is getting better, but it's not quite where it needs to be. But understand that apparently very smart people are working on this, Andrea. So thank you for sharing that as a public service message. Debbie says, thank you. If you, Life Dr. Steve, another man, have the same problem with something. I'm going to need you to rephrase that. If that is a question, I'm going to need you to rephrase that, Debbie. I'm not quite able to understand what you need from me. James Daly, good guy. We've got the spoon bending video on, I believe it's on YouTube, or at least somewhere on the internet you can find it. James showing me how to bend a spoon. This is a guy who studied with Uri Geller and is a friend of his. So James says, hello, Dr. Steve G. Jones. Nice seeing you. Have you bent any spoons lately? I have not. I should. I mean, when I was with James, I bent a spoon. I actually have it. I twisted it around. He showed me how to do it. So I should practice on that. I think I'll practice at someone else's house, though. I think I'll visit them and work my way into the kitchen and practice there. All right. Good seeing you, James. Valerie says, does hypnosis help mental illness? You know, when there's a mental illness, you want to go to your primary care physician when you suspect there's a mental illness and get a referral probably to a psychiatrist, get it diagnosed, and do what the psychiatrist says. A psychiatrist is a medical doctor, so there may be some kind of drugs that they prescribe as well. Hypnosis can help with that, Valerie, but you'll want to have the consent of your medical doctor before using hypnosis, and hypnosis is never your first line of defense when it comes to mental illness. And also keep in mind that someone who is a hypnotherapist and is not a licensed therapist is not able to diagnose. So they're not able to diagnose a mental illness. So a little bit of information for you there, but talk to your doctor about that, and then if it's okay with them, you can pursue it with hypnosis. We do have some recordings that do tend to work well with mainstream treatment for mental illness. Ada says, good morning, Dr. Steve. Good morning to you. And Megillah says, hi, Dr. Steve. Hello. David has joined. Hello to you. Veronica says, I love hypnotherapy. All right. Well, that should be a t-shirt. I love it too. Thanks for being here, Veronica. Desiree says, hi, Dr. Steve. Well, hello to you, Desiree. Herusia says, good evening, Dr. Steve. Always good when I can see your broadcast alive. All right. Thank you. Amber says, how to change some limiting beliefs. Which tool is good to use in this case? All right. So we have a question here from Amber. And Amber says, how do I change some limiting beliefs? Which tool is good to use in this case? Well, if you want a hypnosis tool for that, I would recommend my recording for that for unlimited confidence. That's going to help you break through that. But when you're working with limiting beliefs in general, you want to do some work on yourself as well. Not just hypnosis, but you also want to work on yourself. And so what I have found really helps with limiting beliefs, if I think, oh, it's difficult for me to do this or that, if I start associating myself, if I start hanging around people who are already doing that thing that I think I'm not able to do, then I see real life evidence of these people doing it. Then I can talk with them, then I can find out, how are they doing that? How is this even possible? And you know what I find out every time? They're human. They're real people. They're just like me. They don't have any special talent. They don't have any special superpower. You know what they are? They're people who just believed that they could do it, and they did it. And so that's the big secret. That's what you're going to find out. When you start hanging around people who are doing something that you thought was impossible or really difficult or wasn't in your wheelhouse or your ability to do, and you find out that these are not superhumans, they're just humans like you, then you realize that you can do that. So immersion, it's the same thing if you want to learn a foreign language. Hey, maybe money's a foreign language for you. Maybe controlling spending is a foreign language for you. Maybe being organized is a foreign language for you. Maybe getting a mainstream high education is a foreign language for you. You need to start hanging around people who speak that language, who speak the language of money or success or organization or educational attainment. People who speak that language do it fluently, and it's second nature to them, and you will pick it up also. So birds of a feather flock together. Remember that. These wise sayings are around for a reason, because they make sense. Also, talking about income, did you know that your income tends to be an average of your top 5 friends' incomes? Isn't that interesting? Another reason that you want to hang around people who are more successful than you, and you want to make friends with them. I'm not just talking about the realm of money, and it's just something that's easy to measure, so it's easy to keep score of. I'm talking about anything. I mean, if you want to improve your bowling game, my friend Frank Mangano, I mean, he is almost a professional bowler. I think if he didn't get involved in internet marketing and health and fitness and so forth, and we wrote the book You Can Attract It together, Frank Mangano would have been by now a professional bowler. This guy is really good. I mean, scores in the high 200s. I'm lucky if I get 150. So hanging around people like that who bowl really well will naturally improve your bowling. It's just what happens. You start picking up their habits. Hanging around wealthy people improves your wealth. Hanging around healthy people improves your health. Why? Because we tend to act like our environment. So there's my advice to you. That's how you change your limiting beliefs in the real world. So thank you. Thank you for that question. By the way, I see your name is Arbor, and I said Amber. So, Arbor, thank you for that. Letitia says, thanks for your time. I'm starting to feel like family here. Absolutely. It's a big, happy, welcoming family. And I've got about a couple minutes left to spend with our family, so let's see what else I can do here. Corey says, do you do personalized hypnosis recordings? Yes, I do. You can Google Steve G. Jones custom hypnosis. For example, one that could help overcome a specific event, specifically something bad happened to my 19-year-old daughter a few days ago, and I believe hypnosis could help her take a different control of the event in her subconscious. Absolutely, Corey. So you can Google that and find that. We do offer that. I do offer custom recordings, and I'll be glad to create one. Your first line of defense, of course, should be, I don't know what the event was, but it sounds like it was traumatic enough to get your attention. So I'd imagine it's somewhat severe or at least moderately severe. So I would talk to your primary care physician first and perhaps get a referral to a psychologist about that. And just talk to your primary care physician first. They'll know where to send you. But there may be some mainstream therapy that you'll want to do also. And acting now is proper. That's great. It only happened 3 days ago, or a few days ago, so good. Catch it early so that she has the tools to handle whatever it may be and she can move on peacefully with her life. Ida says, nice post today, generated a lot of conversation. I always enjoy them. All right. Kevin says, in your daytime recordings, are there silent subliminals going on while you're silent? No. Good question. No. So in my daytime recordings, there's no music. You can hear everything. Everything's above board. Nothing is masked. In my subliminal recordings, everything's underneath the music and sounds. So all my words are underneath it in my subliminal recordings. But in my daytime recordings, nothing is masked. Everything, what you hear is what you get. Thank you for that question, Kevin. Rebecca says, didn't know you were doing live. Good to know. I've been watching you for years. I'm so excited. Well, thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you being here. I am here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. About to wrap up for today, but I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Corey says, Andrea, I had those messages and requests as well. 2 people have fake profile of Dr. Steve. I reported the pages. New ones pop up all the time. Hey, if you guys could do your part and just report fake pages when you see them, that would be great. That's how a lot of this gets cleaned up. People report them. We've had people do all kinds of things. It's just people are going to be people. So eventually there'll be the proper tools in place to deal with them. But yeah, if you can do your part and report it when you can tell it's a fake profile because they've used my picture and sometimes my name also, go ahead and report it because what they do then is they attempt to get you corresponding with them by email by giving you their email address, and then they're going to attempt to get some money out of you. Remember, we don't do that. We do that through offering products and services, but you will go through a secure shopping cart link when you do that, as opposed to sending a postal a money order to a P.O. box or something. We don't do that, but they do. So yes, report that, please. Vivian says, good to see you. Thanks for all your help and support. God bless. Well, thank you, Vivian, for being here. Francisca says, I thank you so much, Dr. Steve. You're just great. It is always beautiful to see you and hear your voice live video. Good night from Austria. Thank you. I've been to Austria, I've been to Salzburg. Thank you for being here, Francisca. Kathy says, for money or send money for them from Western Union. Yeah, when you see Western Union, you know it's probably a scam. I mean, Western Union's fine, but that's the way when someone is pretending to be me and they're asking for money and then you see Western Union, that's definitely a scam. We are not going to ask you to send anything through Western Union. Western Union, just to be clear, is not a scam. It's a legitimate business that's been around for a long time, but sometimes these scammers use that. So thank you for pointing that out. Christian says, the cancer pain recording is awesome and helped a lot. Thank you. Well, thank you, Christian. Thank you for that shout out, and I am glad to hear that. If you would, just to let other people know how it helped you, if you don't mind, Christian, just go ahead and send a testimonial that we can use on that page. If you would, send it to office@stevegjones.com. And if you send that along with a picture of yourself, we'll put you on the testimonials page and we'll let people know how it helped you if you want to. So again, that's office@stevegjones.com to send your testimonial, or anyone else who has testimonials. We're always glad to see those because we can get the word out there about how hypnosis helps. But the main thing is, Christian, I'm glad that things are finally taking a turn for the better for you. Shirley says, I defied 2 on Skype and they got caught. Okay, so 2 scammers I think you're talking about. Good. Yeah, I think they try to get people to get on Skype with them. Corneo says, my friend got a friend request from a scammer with your picture on his profile. I told her to delete it. Hopefully she did. Yeah, not just delete them, but report them also, please. My pictures are used a lot of places. They're used on dating sites. They're used on all kinds of social media, and usually the intention is to get someone to send them money. So And my understanding of these things is that they're fairly transparent. They're going to start asking for money pretty quickly. They're going to come up with some kind of story, some kind of woe is me story, and try to get you to send them money. And then you just need to report them. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. That is an unfortunate byproduct of our modern day. Let's see. MG says, Valerie says, thank you. I will pass it on to a friend who really needed that. Thanks. Thanks for that info so much. You are welcome, Valerie. I hope your friend is happy as well. MG says, which of your tools could give a confidence and belief to ourselves to decide the important decisions that would be change or whole our future life? Thanks bunch, Steve. Okay, so MG, I think what you want would be either my rapid decision-making recording. That's great. That's going to help you make decisions. My unlimited confidence recording. That's going to help you with that as well. And my recording called Find Your Passion, because that's going to help you as well. So I'd recommend those 3 recordings, MG. And if I had to pick one, and because you're talking about a decision, I would choose rapid decision-making. Cynthia says, hello and good morning, Dr. Steve. I just came in. I'm happy to see you live. Unfortunately, I'm wrapping up, Cynthia, but good to see you. I've stayed a little later, as I always do, but I'm going to be wrapping up here soon. Just looking for any last questions I can help with. Amaran says, hello, Dr. Steve. Hello to you, Amaran, and Cynthia, great to have you. Joni says, I use your weight loss audios when I travel. It helps me make better choices, since often the choices are limited and unhealthy. I love your audios. Thanks so much. Well, thanks, Joni. Joni is a clinical hypnotherapist who has worked with high-achieving athletes. When I say high-achieving, I'm talking about people who get gold medals, that kind of high-achieving. So she's a wonderful hypnotherapist, and thank you. I'm honored that you use my my hypnosis recordings when you travel to remind yourself to be good and to eat appropriately. Traveling can be a challenge. I just finished a couple weeks on the road, and sometimes if there are just nonsense food offerings around you, you stick with protein bars. Sometimes it comes down to that. You do what you have to do, and you maintain as well as you can when you travel. Kimberly says hello from West Coast, looks like Canada, if I'm reading that tiny flag correctly. And hello to you. Teresa says, I will start my NLP course tomorrow. Woohoo. All right, Teresa. She said the woohoo, by the way, not me. Allison Draney has joined. She's a hypnotherapist. Jaspal says, good morning, Dr. Steve. Happy to be here. Is safe to use hypnosis on 10-year-old kid? Yes, it is, with your consent. If you're the parent, you want to have the parent's consent. And I do have hypnosis recordings for all the life stages. So you can Google Steve G. Jones Hypnosis Life Stages, and you can find hypnosis recordings for all different stages of life, from the beginning all the way to over 100 years old. So yes, it is absolutely safe, of course, with parental consent, but if you're the parent, then that is handled. Kathy says, love bowling. All right, I do too. Amber says, Dr. Steve, what do you think about meditation ritual? I'm not sure which meditation ritual you mean, but I think meditation is fine. It's the same as hypnosis, except hypnosis tends to be more outcome-oriented. Not to say hypnosis is better than meditation, but hypnosis tends to focus on something such as losing weight, like I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to stop smoking, or stop nail biting, whereas meditation can be more general, just relaxation and inner peace. But I think meditation is absolutely fine, and I've seen a lot of talk about meditation. I was reading the Wall Street Journal today, which I do every day, and a medical doctor was talking about meditation and how he sees the power in it, and how he has turned more and more to taking a holistic view because he has realized that there are limitations in medicine. Well, there are limitations in everything. So it's good that medical science can see the limitations in what they're doing. And it's also good when we as holistic practitioners can see the limitations in what we are doing, and we can send people to the medical doctor, because that is an excellent balance. David says, what's up, Doc? All right, hello to you. James says, hi, Dr. Steve G. Jones. Thank you for sharing. Well, thank you, James. Brenda says, thank you. Have a good night. All right. Doris, hello to you. Says, hello, Dr. Steve. Nice to hear you're hypnotic. All right. Cynthia says, I'm happy to see you live. I hope you can notify me again next time. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Once you're subscribed to my videos, my understanding is you get a notification. So that's how you find out. So I'll look forward to seeing you next time. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, by the way. At 10 and says hello from Toronto. All right, hello to you. I think we just had the Canadian flag flash a little while ago, so hello, Canada. Shirley says, but you have not confirmed whether you do speak to anyone on Facebook pages as friends. Okay, I do not. Well, I speak to my friends as friends, and I have a handful of friends. So if you name someone, I will tell you if they are my friend who I speak to on Facebook, but the answer is yes, I do speak to friends on Facebook, but there are also these fake profiles that speak to lots and lots of people on Facebook in the attempt to lead them to giving them money. So the people I speak to on Facebook are people who I'm creating programs with. So by and large, or sometimes hypnotherapists who reach out to me. Christian says, I will do that, thank you. All right, well, thank you, Christian. Joanna says something in another language that I'm not able to read. Thank you for being here, Joanna. Yvonne says, hello to you, Dr. Steve G. Jones. Bring you into my office. Good day. All right, good to be there. Cynthia says, thank you for your lessons. Oops. Scrolled up. Times, expertise, valuable information. You're welcome. Vaughn says, catch up later. Okay. Cynthia says, by the way, are you really in Fiji? Not only am I not in Fiji, but I've never been to Fiji. So no, I am not in Fiji. Thank you for your interesting questions, though. Zeta says, have a great evening, dear Dr. Steve G. Jones. And by the way, Cynthia, it sounds like you may be in contact with one of the imposters that we've been talking about based on your questions, but I'm not sure. Monica says, hi, and thanks for your awesome help. Do you have any hypnosis sessions to help young children who act out and get very frustrated? Yes, again, I'll refer you to my life stages. That's all one word, life stages. Hypnosis. So you can Google Steve G. Jones life stages hypnosis, and you can find that I have something for all age groups, broken up in decades. So age 1 through 10 and 11 through 20 and so forth. So it's broken up so that you can find out where they are, and it's designed, the recordings for the age groups are designed to deal with the primary challenges that people will face during those decades. So thank you for that, Monica. Shirley says, yes, I'm aware and thank you, understood. All right, Shirley, thank you. Christian says, Thomas is watching with me. All right, hello, Thomas, thank you for being here. And Atanen says, how do I know I'm talking to the right Dr. Steve G. Jones? All right, well, I am Dr. Steve G. Jones, and I have two Facebook profiles. One is the one that I'm on now, the fan page, and the other one is the one is my personal page. I have a fan page and a personal page. I was going to say which pictures are on them, but this video could be around forever and I may change the pictures. But I have a fan page and a regular page. So if you see anything beyond that, unless I update and add something, that's not me. All right. Let's see. Christian says, Thomas is my fiance. All right. Well, hello, Thomas, and thank you for clarifying that, Christian, and good to see both of you. Jolie says, hello, Dr. Steve. I'm Jolie from Thailand. Very happy to see you live. Very happy to see you too, Jolie. Thank you for being here. And on that, I've been here about 45 minutes. You guys always manage to keep me a little longer, and that is great because that shows that we have a very active community, a very active family. We have Christian on the mend. We have people learning things. We have Shirley discovering the false profiles and so forth. We have a lot of things going on here, and through it all, we managed to get some quality information out there about hypnosis and hypnotherapy, and that is my goal, to be a resource for you. So again, I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, answering your questions about hypnosis and hypnotherapy and hypnosis training. Any questions that you may have around that, those are all fair game, so I encourage you to come back, share with us, share with the group. Let's all learn and grow together. I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones, hoping you have an outstanding day.